So I'm having a chat with Rick of Shed 7 and Rowetta of Happy Mondays. How are you both?
Really
Hi,
well.
Jim. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Good, good. So let's kick off and start with you, Rick. You've written a new song with Rowetta, who we'll speak to shortly. The track is called In Ecstasy. Rick, tell us a little bit about the track.
Well, it kind of started off as a little bit of a dark pop song. And then the more lyrics that I was writing, it kind of flipped a little bit on its head and just became about celebration and letting the sun shine on you. Obviously, there's undertones of other things going on in there. It's called In Ecstasy. Um, and yeah, it's kind of like a dark pop song. As Rowetta rightly says, it's got like a little bit of a punky edge to it. She certainly brings a bit of punkiness to it. And the reason why Rowetta's thankfully on it is because when I was writing the melody for it, the first person I thought of while I was thinking of this melody was Rowetta. It's just got that kind of real good early 90s vibe going on in there. So we kind of reached out to Rowetta and thankfully she said yes. And she's pretty much just put the icing on the cake on it for us, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rowetta, what was it like to be asked to perform with Shed 7 and to be asked to do this track with them?
Well, I've known them for years. We toured together in '99 and I got along with them. And I've always been a fan of theirs. But I saw them a few years ago, I think it was 2018. And I just thought they were phenomenal. One of the best bands on the bill. And there were people like Echo and the Bunnymen, Pill, Hardwick Festival. I just thought they were incredible. So it was no brainer when they said, would you like to listen to this song? And then when I heard it, it was perfect. Because I do get sent a lot of songs from bands, and and even if the new bands are, I might give it a go, but it's very rare that I'm tempted. But this was just a phenomenal song already, and I just straight away, the little ideas that I put towards forward to Rick and sent him, he likes, and it just worked. It's just, I think the ad lib is one of my favorite things, just an ad lib of In Ecstasy that's very punk, because it's just perfect song for me to I just really felt the lyrics, brilliant melody. And if you don't feel a song, I don't sing it. And I really felt this one, and I love it, and the feedback's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it is amazing, isn't it, Rowetta, how when you've got the basic idea of a song, and then you, as you rightly say, you do a bit of ad-libbing, and those things become probably the strongest thing on it, don't they, really?
Well, they do, but I mean, it was a great song anyway. So when you add something, I've done it before with probably with the Mondays, and you just add that thing. It doesn't always work, but I don't do songs that don't work. I've got to really feel it, and it's very rare you feel something like that nowadays. People are always trying to be, people like yourselves are trying to sound like Shed 7, or they're trying to sound like the Stone Roses, and you are Shed 7, and it does sound like a Shed 7 song, but I think I add something to it, or I wouldn't want to be on it. And the fact that you saw that, I'm really flattered and really proud of this tune. I'm just loving, I mean, everybody's loving it, really. It sounds fantastic on the radio. It's, I'm just really buzzing when I'm listening in the car and hearing the comments and reading the comments on social media. I'm just buzzing. It's everything you want it to be and more. It's brilliant.
Yeah, most definitely. I certainly agree with you. And you're both being out on the road shortly. Rick, you're out on the road with Shed 7 across the UK for the next month or so. And then you've also got some in-stores and album release shows start of next year as well. I bet you can't wait to be out on the road again, Rick.
Yeah, very busy. Obviously, having a new album on its way means obviously you're going to be busy. If you weren't, there'd be a problem there. So yes, we're going to do a few gigs at the end of October. Fingers crossed, we're playing in Manchester at the end of October, and that's where a certain lady lives, and she just so happens to be back off her tour around about that time. So that will be amazing if we can make that work, where we have a particularly special guest coming on out and joining us on stage.
I'm doing it, even if I'm dead. I'm doing it. I'll get on the plane and do it. I'll be jet lagged, but I'm just dying to sing this song live with you. Really, am.
Yeah, it will be great.
Yeah.
But yes, next year just so happens to be our 30th anniversary year since our debut album, so we're going to be really busy. I've kind of been saying, if you're a fan of Shed 7, buckle up, and if you're not a fan of Shed 7, get behind a big rock and hide.
Yeah, can't wait to hear it. And continuing on the touring front, Rowetta, you're off with the Happy Mondays across Australia and New Zealand, but you're also back over here in March next year as well. Bet you can't wait to be touring with the Mondays again.
I'm just gutted though that it's clashing with Shed 7, to be honest. It's really unlucky. But the tours were both booked, way ahead of time and knowing. But it's really unfortunate. If it was November, I'd be able to do the Shed 7 tour. If it was now, I'd probably be able to do it. But I've done loads and loads of festivals with the Mondays, so I'm looking forward to it. But then I think we're going to wrap it up a bit for next year and do our own, I'll be able to do more with other projects, and I'm really looking forward to that. But I love the Mondays, but we've done loads and loads. So after the UK tour, a little break will be nice. And do the festivals. I'm hoping to appear on some with Shed 7, maybe sing on a few more songs that work. I would love that, because as I say, I love the lads anyway. So, yeah.
I'm sure Rick would love to have you on as well.
Well, all of them, though, they're all lovely lads. They really are. They're beautiful. It's like a family. I just love them. We just laugh and make great music. It's just a perfect combination. They're just great lads, and they've been together for so long. I remember them. I used to talk to Rick at the side of the stage in '99. So, and his wife. I don't know if she was your wife then. I even wore the same perfume as her, Clinique Happy, because she was. Yeah, no, I just remember, and that was 20 whatever years ago. You don't think you'll still be around, or you don't see that you'll still be around that, many years after. So to be working with them 20 odd years later is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rick, with the album coming out next year, it'll be 6-7 years since your last record, and it's going to be your sixth record as well since the early 90s. So how's this album sounding in comparison to your previous records?
Well, again, it's very Shed 7, but it's very current. It's very now. For a long time, we were just playing the nostalgic card, really. We were just going out and touring our 90s hits. But I think because we had an album out about 6 years ago and this new one's coming out, I think we've kind of grabbed a little bit of relevancy back again. And the new songs fit really well with the old songs. It's not like, you're playing your old stuff and you say, oh, here's a new one, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. The gigs we've been doing so far and introducing newer songs, they just fit really well. So nobody's got any problem in that respect. Nobody's going to have to go for a wee because a new song's coming out, But, I just like the fact that we've become more of a relevant band again, rather than almost a nostalgic hit, So as Rowetta's just said, if she's going to be taking a little bit of a break from the Mondays after March next year, then we are very busy next year. So there is definitely room for us to keep on working together and doing more stuff. Brilliant. I can't really give too much away right now. We're drip feeding new information because there's so much of it. It's a little bit like overkill if you announce it all at the same time. But over the next few months, as I say, if you're a Shed 7 fan, you're going to be quite happy.
Great stuff. And in regards to new music and Rowetta, Happy Mondays, it's been a fair few years since you've written something original with the Mondays. Have you had thoughts about starting to write some more new music with them?
I wish we had when Paul Ryder was here, but Paul Ryder passed away. And I write all the time, do mainly house music, and I enjoy doing that. But I think the gap was left a long time for new music. They should have done it when he was alive. Unfortunately, didn't. Different management and stuff. I don't know. I think they concentrate on Sean probably more, which is fine. But it's a shame we didn't when he was alive. But it was a massive part of the band for me. So I don't know, and I don't know. I think Sean does Black Grape more and whatever else he's doing. So I'm fine though, because I think some bands they progress. If we carried on writing, it would have been good. But there's been a long gap. I don't want to say anything else. I think Alan McGee might want a new album. I don't know, but we all do other things. We're all getting on. I'm not getting on. Obviously, I still look the same. I still think the same. As I say, it's just different because Paul Ryder's not here for me personally. He was a massive part of the band.
Yeah, that's.
Although I do love Mikey, the bass player. But no, I'm enjoying doing it. This feels really fresh to me. Working with Shed 7's really fresh, because it's new to me, even though I know them. So it's family, but without being, without all the problems. But but I love working with the Mondays. Obviously, Bez is like my best friend. But I think I wish they hadn't left it so long not to do new music, because it is a little bit like Rick was saying. We are doing the greatest hits over and over again sometimes, but it's going to be phenomenal whenever we do perform it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, both of you, it's been fantastic having a chat with you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jim.
Still in ecstasy.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks so much.